Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on out there? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this fine Thursday morning edition of Good Morning Be Hannas. I'm the host of this little John right here. I am Nicky B. Hannas. I am a musician. I make music, heavy blues, metal, rock and roll. You can find it at nickybhannas.com, nickybhannas.bandcamp.com, Nicky B. Hannas on all streaming services. And now I'm officially a podcaster, I guess, too, because this edition right here, this YouTube channel is called BS with B. Hannas. Again, I am Nicky B. Hannas. I'm the host of this. You can find it on Apple Podcasts. You can find it on Spotify Podcasts. You can find it on, what's the other one? iHeartRadio. Anywhere podcasts, well, probably. I don't know if anywhere podcasts are, I am, but I'm working on it. So what's up? What's up, man? Out here chilling in the morning, thinking about the show, thinking about doing this, give the people some talk. Got up, through that weight. I keep calling it a weighted jacket, but it's a weighted vest. Whatever. Potato, tomato, some stupid shit like that. Yeah, I threw that joint on, got my walk in. I didn't check how many. I wonder how far exactly that walk is. Let me pull his steps up. I live in a pretty nice neighborhood, and it's pretty split pretty much down the middle. Like my street's in the middle of it. If you walk one way, it's like smaller houses. If you walk the other way, it turns into like suburban palaces. So I like to walk amongst the wealthy, repping a Pantera shirt and a bald head. 2.5 miles today. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And it's kind of funny walking through the hood. Hey, yo, what up, EMP? Weighted straight jacket? Dude, I need one. Yeah, it's funny just walking around the hood. Like school's still in session, so there's young bucks walking to the bus stop, and here I come. I got an earbud in. I'm listening to stuff. But I'm thinking, like, man, isn't this interesting? These kids are getting up, going to school, doing the right thing, and here's some dude in his 30s. Here's some dude in his early 30s trying to get his shit together, trying to get his life right. But it's all good. Did that, got home, did my reading. This is a good little morning ritual, I think. It's only week one. Then I have like many of us out here, I have a proclivity to be pretty high energy with a new endeavor when I start doing it. And then it's funny how the momentum kind of drops as an effort is continued. You know what I mean? It's like things are exciting at first, things are motivating at first. There's that like enthusiasm. And I guess enthusiasm is technically an emotion. Enthusiasm isn't really a logical thing. You don't one doesn't reason themselves into being enthusiastic. You just kind of feel it. And if you feel it, you have it. And it's self-evident in that regard. So I got to check myself. Because when I started the Hannas cast, my second iteration on YouTube / podcasting, now that I'm on podcasts, you know, it was the same deal. I was very motivated at first when I'm just going about my business. It's, you know, even with music for me, I'm always thinking. Seeds are always being planted, and I'm always like writing songs and thinking of things. And, you know, there's a micro plotting system going on at all times in my inner monologue in the back of my brain, whether I'm working or working out or chilling or whatever. I'm always thinking about it. And when I started the Hannas cast, it was the same deal. And it became frustrating pretty quick because, like I said before, it was pretty vague and indistinguished. There wasn't a specific goal in mind. It wasn't like, you know, I think it's an Epictetus quote where no wind is favorable to a sailor who doesn't know where he's going, something like that. And that's what it was. I had all this wind, but I had no idea what I was going. And then you find yourself stranded metaphorically at sea. And it's like, shit, this sucks. And I feel like a dumb, horrible sailor. Got no business out here. So at least this one, I mean, shit, like even in the YouTube description, you know, I think I'm funny by just copy pasting the AI. I remember what I asked AI now. I asked it, I said, hey, Grok, what's the best way to title a YouTube video? And I guess by me saying best, it assumes it's business oriented. It assumes, and it's a fair assumption, but I guess AI assumed that it's to maximize reach and to maximize clicks and views and viewer retention and all that. And I think, you know, I have part of that. Like, there's no point in doing something without a reason of doing it, in my view. You know, like, I don't really just sit around and strum my guitar. If I'm playing my guitar, it's the end result, the end goal of that is to write music. I like to think I do things intentionally. So when I ask AI, what's the best way, objectively, what's the best way to title a YouTube video? It gives me all this. So I just copy pasted that, and that's the description in these videos. But really, I'm just a dude getting after it. You want to hear my music? Go ahead. There's links down there. nickybhannas.com, nickybhannas.bandcamp.com. But at the end of the day, I mean, even like we're all just people. What do we do on a daily basis is going to create our weeks. Who we are week to week, month to month, creates who we are over a year. And that's what we are. We are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly think. As a man thinketh, so he is. So in the morning, this is kind of where I'm at. Soon enough, I'll leave here. I'll go to the gym, work out, go to work, go about my business. And that'll be my day. But, doing the right, wholesome, holistic things first, that's good. And the point of this, at least when I was doing the Hannas cast, it wasn't specific. I was doing it in the afternoon. I had to think of, I wanted to do it. So everything I was doing was I'm thinking of things to do this. Whereas this right now in its current standing, as I feel, excuse me, as I feel enthusiastic about it, as I feel the compelling energy to do it, this is what I do in the morning anyway. And I've spent a lot of time, like I said, it's kind of, I feel like a goofball walking around my neighborhood in the morning. People go out and jog, it's healthy. I'm just being neurotic and like kind of stupid like that, thinking I'm like special or exceptional or, thinking people are looking at me funny. Maybe I'm just paranoid. My man, Dr. Dreamer, called me a schizo. So, we can't rule that out. I don't think people are looking at me funny, but I'm looking at myself funny because I'm playing catch up in my 30s. It's just funny. It's just, to me, it's just like, all right, well, let's go about what we do. And if I'm doing all these things and I have this compelling feeling in my mind to put it out there in this context, let's do it. You know what I mean? So good morning to everybody. Good morning out there. It's a Friday. It's a muggy, shitty Friday out here, but that's okay. That's just weather. There's things to be done, things to be doing. And ultimately, I've spent time to turn myself, my mornings, I don't always hit them. This helps me hit my mornings, but ideally, starting your day right will, as I've said a bunch of times, the recurring theme, something I struggle with, something I'm trying hard to implement into a daily basis, is to just do them little things of self-improvement first. When I listen to people out here on YouTube or public speakers or professional motivation, whatever, it's, you want to do this stuff. If you just spend your whole life doing what you're told to do, and you're not doing anything you choose to do, you're going to suck. And I spent a good amount of my life sucking, I think. So here we are getting after it. I got my morning readings. I got my coffee. 8 minutes in on the YouTube. Holla. Not too bad. Let me take a sip of this coffee real quick. And what I've done the past couple times, I've ended it with reading from this book right here. Positive Thinking Every Day. Dr. Vincent Norman Peale. And I also have this one right here. What do I got? The Daily Stoic. You can't really see it on the camera. I don't know why I'm holding it up. So I got the Daily Reader, Positive Thinking Every Day from Norman Vincent Peale. And I have the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And I don't, no real opinion on Ryan Holiday, but I like the Daily Stoic a lot. I've had that for years, and I've never went a whole year actually hitting every day. Even a couple of days this year, I've had to like go back 2 or 3 days and play catch up just from missing one time. Missing one time sucks. It jacks your whole momentum up. I think in the past year, if I started 75 hard for the first time last April, I think I've missed under 14 days total in the gym. So like I'm working out every day. Now I'm that kind of dude. I like to read in the mornings. You don't just, I don't know. I don't know too many people who just flip a switch and change who they are overnight. It takes time and dedicated, concerted effort. My effort right now, if it's not really in the macro sense, I don't know where my life's going. I'm still working on that grand vision. But if I start with small visions, it's going to add up. If I put good inputs in, the output will be good. So I learned that from people way wiser than me, but they're not badass looking on the camera right now with a Pantera shirt and shades on. So anyway, let's see what Mr. Dr. Vincent Norman Peale has to say today. May 30th. Throw your heart over the bar and your body will follow. Right on. I guess that's just like that's a gymnasium like a gymnast metaphor of some sort. You ain't gonna see me throwing myself over a bar and doing acrobatics ever. I'll throw myself under a bar and squat some weight, pick a bar up off the ground or press it off my chest. But the metaphor of that seems on first reading, seems to be doing stuff with effort. It's like I was saying out here. You got some enthusiasm behind something. That's like an inner fire of sorts. That's like a real motivation. It's like a real emotional pull, which is not quantifiable by most metrics that we use. So if you're going to do something, do it with gusto, do it with zealousness, do it with energy and effort, high energy. I like that. This corresponded kind of sort of with the Daily Stoic reading today. What we got today, Mr. Ryan Holiday? May 30th. Working hard or hardly working? And the quote he got, this is from Epictetus. I can't call a person a hard worker just because I hear they read and write, even if working at it all night. Until I know what a person is working for, I can't deem them industrious. I can, if the end they work for is their own ruling principle, having it be and remain in constant harmony with nature. Yeah, that's true. And here's Ryan Holiday's take on it. What are the chances that the busiest person you know is actually the most productive? We tend to associate busyness with goodness and believe that spending many hours at work should be rewarded. Yeah, you get paid by the hour, so you get rewarded by the hour. Anyway, instead, we evaluate what you are doing, why you are doing it, and where accomplishing it will take you. If you don't have a good answer, then stop. Seem to work together to me. Working intentionally is a big deal. Something I haven't done for a long time, and I am no stranger to working a lot of hours every week, doing things I don't enjoy, wondering, questioning the existential nature of putting fries in bags, and that weighs on the soul a little bit, which I guess is half of the function of the Daily Stoic, stoicism, enduring the world and adapting to it, being unmoved by things around you, or at least not moved to such an extent that you act in discord with nature and virtue. And this is stuff to me, it's like on a daily basis, we got to think about this stuff. Once upon a time, man, it's Friday morning. Yeah, people drink on Thursdays. I drank on Thursdays. I drank hard on Thursdays. I would also drink hard on Mondays and Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays and Wednesdays and Fridays too. There's nothing enduring about that. You're running away from things, acting like that, living like that. Friday morning, I'd be waking up right about now, groggy, hungover, taking a quick shower. There have been times I'll have a shower beer first thing in the morning just because I'm shaking off the rust from the night before and trying to go about my day, claiming some sense of being a dignified, respectable, contributing member of society. It's funny like that, man. It's funny like that. And, as with all things, many times I was like, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to at least cut it back. I got to relax. I got to moderate with it. And whether there were people that were worse off than me, people that were better off than me, it don't matter, because it was like, that was a vague promise to myself. It was never there was no real intent behind it. There was no gusto. There was no actual intent and emotional, compelling, pulling thing saying I'm done. Now, once I got to that point where like, I'm done with this shit forever. It's done. I'm taking it off the table. No more. Now I have that emotional sway, throwing myself over the bar with my heart behind it, dude. And then you do one day, then you do the next. It's just like working out. It's just like 75 hard. Just like all these things. Just like doing a diet, do one day, then the next, then the next, then the next, then the next. Small becomes medium size becomes large, and then you can kind of choose where you're going from there. So that's what I'm thinking about this morning. Got to go to the gym. I think we're doing back today. Some rack pulls, making a bunch of noise. People don't like when me and my homie make a bunch of noise in the gym, but, whatever. Like I said, I'm just a dude getting after it out here on this fine Friday morning. 15 minutes, 16 seconds. That's a cutoff. If I don't cut myself off early, I'm going to start spiraling, and then I'll be late, and then I'll develop a reputation. I'm sorry, not develop, but further propagate reputation for being late, for being lazy, for being soft, weak, whack, corny, etc. But that's not me. That's not who I want to be. I ain't with that bullshit. Anyway, cheers. Happy Friday. Good morning, be Hannas. Again, you can find my music, NickyBeHannas.com, NickyBeHannas.bandcamp.com. All streaming services, heavy blues metal, Nicky B. Hannas, and on podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, this YouTube channel, BS with B. Hannas. Hell yeah, I like that plug getting longer. That's what's up. Keep it real, one love. Let me keep playing this. Deep Waves, Nicky B. Hannas. I'm out of here. Peace.